going to put everyone on mute just for the class. If you have a problem, pop it in the chat or give me a wave and we'll sort it out, okay? So, off we go. Let's start. Actually, our warm-up is going to be a little bit different. We're basically going to get down on the mat. That is going to be our warm-up. But in a lot of classes, in a lot of exercise classes in particular, you'll notice that people will tell you, so I'm just going to prop you up on my notebooks. Well, people will tell you, oh, roll down and put your hands on the mat. Well, we don't want to roll down. We want to be mindful of our spinal position. So I'm going to show you a little handy tip. We are going to stand at the back of our mat. We're going to bend our knees and hinge from our hips. We've got long spine. From there, I want you to keep bending your knees. And then I want you to let your ankles lift and your bottom drop down. So in a nice low squat. You're going to put your hands on the mat and you're going to walk out 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to hold it there in a beautiful plank position for just a second. Then you're going to bend your knees, walk your hands back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you're going to drop your bum down, lift your chest up, and then you're going to stand up nice and tall. Oh yeah, I'm going to go again. So we're going to do a nice squat, hinging from the hips. Let the ankles lift here. Pop your hands down, walk out 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice strong plank. Bend your knees, walk your hands back. Lift your chest up and stand up nice and tall. Now I want you guys to do a couple of these. So I want you to keep going as I'm talking because I'm going to give another variation, all right? So bending down, walking out to your plank. Now if this doesn't feel good for your hips, you can come down onto one knee and then the other knee. And then you're going to walk out and then lift your heels up. Then you pop your knees down, walk your hands back, step one foot up and then the other. So there's always a variation. But what I want you to do is like get your heart rate up. So we want to think of this like an exercise. Boom. Okay. And we want to feel comfortable about getting up and down off the mat. And it's also a good alternative. So if you're doing another class and you hear someone tell you to roll down, you know we can come down to this position. Now, once you've finished your last one there, you're going to come all the way back up to standing, and we're going to do 10 basic squats. You're going to have your legs a nice comfortable distance apart, cross the hands over the chest, bend the knees, 10 nice squats. Here we go. We go down 10 and lift, 9 and lift. Good. We go 8 and 7. Really nice, guys. 6 and 5. Good work. We go 4 and 3 and 2. Last one. Very, very nice. From there, static lunge. So you're going to put your hands on your hips. You're going to have your right foot forward and your left foot back. And you must make sure that back heel is lifted and you've got plenty of space. Like think of having a really long stride. Hips and shoulders square to the front. Bend both the knees, tap your knee to the floor if you can, and stand up nice and tall. Now, if you cannot get your knee to touch the floor, it doesn't matter. The goal is that you go as far as you feel you can, and you build on that range of motion. If you think of using that back leg to power the lunge, it will take all the pressure out of the front one. We've got one more here. Then you're going to step those feet together. Then we're going to go on the other side. So you're going to have your left foot forward and your right foot back. Hips and shoulders square to the front, bending both the knees, tap the knee to the floor and stand back up. Remember, whenever we do these exercises, we're always thinking about length. We're always thinking about growing tall and lifting through our spine. We've got 4 more here. Pushing the floor away with that back leg. 3. Good. Last 2. Final 1. We're then going to stand up nice and tall. And give those legs a little shake. So we're going to make our way down to the mat, but of course, we're going to do it in a fancy way. So you're going to come and make sure you've got plenty of space, okay? You're going to put one knee down on the floor. Then you're going to put your other knee down on the floor. Then you're going to lift your first leg up, and then you're going to stand up. Oh yeah, and then we're going to alternate. So now we're going to send our right leg first. Now, if you need to use your hands to support your knees, you can. And then you're going to step your other foot back. First foot's going to come in front. And then we're going to stand back up. Yes, guys, keep going, right? We're going to go this kind of left foot goes back. Remember, support your knee if you need to, and step the foot. Left foot comes forward, support the knee, and stand up. We've got one more on each side. Right leg goes back first. And down. Nice work. Right leg comes up. And up. Yes, guys, left leg goes back. This time, we're not going back up, we're staying on our mat, and we're going to put our hands on the floor. From there, we're going to do a nice cat stretch. So you're going to tuck the tailbone, scoop the abdominals up and round the spine, looking at the belly button. And then you're going to drop your pelvis forward, lift your chest, and look to the front of the room. And I just want you to do a couple of these, going from a nice rounded back to a beautiful curved back, okay? Now, as you do this, ladies, remember, we don't want to be scared of mobilizing our spine. I want you to move your spine, but all we're being mindful of is we're just adjusting the range. We don't want to ever think of pushing hard into the floor. And also, we want to try and not have that curve come from our mid-back. We want to think of that curve coming because our tailbone drops towards the floor. You see the difference if I push here and if I curve there. It's very small, but the goal is to open up that back. So once you've had a nice stretch in both directions, you're going to come to all fours. From there, we're going to start off by coming up onto the fingertips of our left hand and then up onto the fingertips of our right hand. Then we're going to put our left palm flat on the mat and our right palm flat on the mat. So we come up fingertips, fingertips, palm, palm. Now the reason that we do this is to try and build up strength through the fingertips, through the hand, and ultimately through the wrist and the forearm. So often if you find that you do a lot, if you're doing work, right, on all fours, and you get pain in your wrist, or you do push-ups and you get discomfort in your wrist, could be you need to build and develop strength through the fingertips, right, through the grip, through the forearm. So this is just a really nice, easy little way to do it. We're then going to finish with the palms flat on the floor, and I want everybody to just walk their knees back 1 or 2 inches and come into a little kneeling plank position. So you'll notice I've kind of got a straight line almost from my knee to my shoulder. I want you to think of pulling up, like zipping up from your pubic bone to your belly button, and then as slowly as you can, I want you to lower yourself down towards the mat. So I want you to just lower yourself all the way down and then lie down. Whew, that's it. Now from there, I want you to squeeze your elbows in close to your body, tuck your toes underneath, push your knees into the floor, big exhale, push yourself up to that kneeling plank. Yes, and then I want you to lower yourself down as slowly as you can. Slowly, 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 and then relax. Good, hold it there, tuck the toes, push the knees and the hands, squeeze the elbows close to the body, push yourself back up. That's it. Now I'm going to keep going with these. I'm going to come and watch, all right? Lowering yourself down as slowly as you can. Then big exhale, push yourself back up. Yes, gang. Now, does not matter if it feels horrible, because it is tough. And it doesn't matter where you're at, but this is a really good way to build up what we would call a negative push-up, okay? The goal is to try and build strength in the lowering phase. So you control the descent as much as you can, slowly with as much control as you can, and then you use your legs to help you push back up. Yes, guys. Last one here. You're doing fab, okay? Last one, we're going to lower all the way down to the mat. And then we're going to stay there a second. And take a little breather. Good. Okay. Give me thumbs up if it felt okay. Yes, exactly. It's way easier to go down than up. So from there, let's do a little bit of work into our posture. We're going to have our legs a nice comfortable distance apart. Our elbows are going to be bent and our hands are going to be quite wide on the outside of our mat. Eyes look down at the floor. You're going to push your pubic bone into the mat, lift your chest up off the floor, and then release and come back down. chest comes up, release, and come back down. And it's just super relaxed, right? Chest floats and drops. No tension. Pubic bone is grounded into the floor. And the goal is that we want to imagine lifting from our breastbone first. So that gets that upper back active. Now this next one, you're going to hold your chest in the air for me. And I want you to see if you can float your right arm and your left leg off the mat. Pop it down. And then see if you can lift your left arm and your right leg off the mat. And down. Now, the harder option is to keep your chest lifted the whole time. We're alternating side to side, right? Opposite arm, opposite leg. If you find it's quite a lot on your back, then in between each repetition, you can bring the chest down and lift the chest up. Okay? Super, super gentle. Again, we're thinking of breathing and floating one arm, one leg up at a time. Pubic bone is grounded into the floor. So what we don't want to see is that there's space underneath our hips or that we're rocking, right? It's not about height. It's about having control through our center. Yes, guys. You're going to give me one more on each side. Beautiful. Good, guys. Once you finish your last one here, just relax the body down. Give those hips a little wiggle. Leave the arms where they are. So from there, we're going to do a progression into skydiver, okay? Now, from there, we're going to lift the chests up off the mat. Now, if you feel comfortable here, you're going to lift your arms and your legs up and just float. Now, see if you can bend your knees, keeping your thigh bones off the mat. And then straighten your legs, keeping your thighs off the mat. And then release and come back down. Take that breath. So we lift the chest up. Arms and legs come off. Bend the knees, keeping the thighs off the mat. Straighten the legs. And then release back down. Really good. Keep going. Now, if you feel it's too much on the back, you can just lift the legs. Bend the knees. Straighten the legs. And lower back down. So you've got options, okay? We've got 3 more here. Arms, legs, and chest up. Bend the knees. Thigh bones off. Stretch the leg. And back down. 2 more there. Lifting that chest up. Arms and legs follow. Now bend those knees, keeping those thighs off the mat. That's the important part, right? Getting those glutes to work. Straightening those legs and coming back down. That's it. Last set here. Chest lifts up, arms and legs. Then when you're ready, bend those knees, thighs stay high. Stretch those legs. Lower down. Sit back into a nice child's pose. And take a couple nice deep breaths. Rest there. Very good, guys. 3 nice deep breaths. 2 types. Oh, fall off my bolster there. You can sit back on the heels or you can keep the bottom high. This is going to keep the back a little bit longer and stretch more into the shoulders. So you've got to choose what feels right for you. And then from there, we're going to grab hold of our weights. Now, for this, you've got 2 options. If you've got a hexagonal weight, then you can hold on to both weights throughout. If the weights are rounded, I would suggest having one hand flat on the floor and the other hand in the weight, just so you don't roll about, okay? I'm going to go into a row. Now, I'm going to just pull up my sleeve so you can really see the path of my arm. I'm on all fours, abdominals are lifted, spine is straight. I'm going to take my weight and I'm going to sweep it up and back. And I squeeze that arm really close to the side of my body and I release back down. So I lift it up, squeeze, release, and come back down. And we're going to do 10 repetitions on the same arm. And what often people will do is this. They'll lift it straight up. And then you can see the position of my shoulder, right? It's not very comfortable. So you have to think of the elbow going back and up. And you know, I always give that little analogy about kind of squeezing your newspaper underneath your armpit. When that weight is lifted, you want to have that sensation like you could squeeze it, hold it there, and release. And this is super, super important because what we're trying to do is engage those muscles in that mid-back, down through the side of the body. Good. Don't forget about upper backs, ladies. If you feel that spine is curving, just think about sending your eye line forward slightly. That will help. Aha, exactly, Sonia. Perfect. Good. Nice, ladies. Once you finish 10 on one arm, you can go 10 on the other. Beautiful. That's it, gang. Really nice. The path is super, super nice. Up, squeeze, and back. So this is a really great exercise to help that posture. And also your lats, your chest, and your arms, they're super, super crucial in that push-up motion that we're talking about, right? Upper body strength and core. Good. Once we have finished our 10th rep here, you've got 10 on each side. If you want to just sit back, just take the weight out of the wrist for a second, you can. Because we're going to do a little combination. Now, if you've got those hexagonal weights, it's slightly easier, okay? I'm going to walk my knees back so I'm in my kneeling plank. Now, what's important is that we don't get this shape, right? It's very easy to let my abdominals drop and my lower back take the work. So you've got to think, drop your tailbone down towards the floor and pull your pubic bone up towards your belly button. You're going to do one row at a time to start. Now, because we're in a kneeling plank, you're going to feel your body shift from side to side. Your goal is to try and keep that body as still as you can. Keep that center from wiggling around, which is the whole point in Pilates, right? Is that we have precision in our movement. We understand center, right? Being able to center. Good. Nice, guys. Beautiful. Nice, Julie. Good. Miranda, I think you can shift your weight forward a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Slightly harder. Should feel more hard. It should feel harder. Can give me a nod because you've got your hands full if it's good. Good. Okay, once you finish your last one on each side, sit back. Oh, take a little breather. So if you felt like that was super challenging, then you can stay where you are. If you want to take it up a notch, we're going to add in a push-up. Oh, yeah. Now, I do not mind if that push-up doesn't go all the way to the floor, but I do want to see a push-up. Now, common mistakes with push-ups is you take your hands too wide. Boom. If your hands are further away from your body, it's more load on your shoulder. So you've got to think. That position that we did at the beginning when I got you to squeeze your elbows past your ribcage in that row, it's exactly the same as a push-up, yeah? When you do a push-up, you've got to keep your body really close, or your arms really close to your body and up. So you'll notice I've adjusted my hands so they're directly underneath my shoulder. I want you to give me one row and one push-up. One row and one push-up, and we're going to do 10 reps. So at your own pace, one row and one push-up. Good. Now if that chest doesn't touch the, oh, yes, Sejal. Very nice. Yes, Kay. Come on, Marie, show me that push-up. Yes, very good, ladies. You're doing awesome. Squeezing that body. So every movement we're building up, we're training for, right? Yes, go on, Kay. Nice. Once you finish that 10, good. And back. Nice. Miranda, I think yours are too far in front, those weights. You've got to think in a sort of plank position. Your hands are further away from your body. It's much harder to hold. You want to get them right underneath those shoulders if you can, okay? And of course, guys, once you finish 10 reps, you can sit back. You can have a little breathe. You can shake off those arms. Okay. Good. How do we feel? Good. A bit better about push-ups. Yeah, we just got to build it. You just got to kind of know where you want the arms to go, which muscles you want to work. So let's do a little quick stretch of the arms. You can do this sat on your mat. Okay, you can do it with your legs crossed or legs out in front, whatever feels comfortable. We're just going to take our right arm and you're going to draw your right arm across your body. Now, ideally, I want you to see if you can draw that shoulder blade away from the ear. You're going to take your left arm and you're going to hook it right where the forearm is and you're going to gently pull it towards you. But you've got to think, left arm pulls the right arm towards you and at the same time you pull the right shoulder blade down the back. So that should give you that stretch through that deltoid. I had to think about that one. Couple nice deep breaths there. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Then you're going to open those hands up nice and wide and we're going to go on the other side. Left hand goes over right. Take that forearm, hook it. It doesn't want to go on the elbow, wants to go right on the forearm and then gently pull towards you. If you can, think of drawing the opposite shoulder blade down the back. Good. Probably feel one shoulder's a little bit tighter than the other. And remember, it's okay. That's why we do Pilates, right? To try and find that balance. So from there, you're going to open your hands up nice and wide. From there, you're going to see if you can grab your hands behind you. Now, it doesn't matter if you have to grab onto the wrist or you can interlace the fingers. And you're going to push your arms back and lift your chest up. So this is going to give you a massive stretch across those pecs. You can close your eyes here and I want you to take 3 nice deep breaths into that chest. 3. And exhale. Imagine trying to send the air into that tight space. Inhale. Exhale allows that release. Last one. Big inhale. And exhale, release. From there, we're just going to let go of those arms, give those arms a little shake. We're then going to take our right hand and I want you to place your hand onto the nape of your neck. Good. Now from there, you're going to take your left hand onto the elbow and you're going to push the elbow backwards. Now, it doesn't matter how far you can get backwards. It's going to be dependent on your shoulder mobility. So go as far as you can. What we want to feel is a big stretch down through the shoulder. You might even feel it through the ribs, okay? Just take a couple nice deep breaths here. Ideally, we want to be holding a second for 20 to 30 seconds. And when you use your breath, when you take that exhale, that's what allows that muscle to release, right? Good. From there, we're going to stretch those hands up towards the ceiling. Bend the elbow, same thing, take the hand onto the tricep and just gently push the arm back. Remember, it doesn't matter how far it goes. Take a couple nice deep breaths there, in through the nose, out through the mouth. One more, big breath in and out. From there, just release those arms and shake them off. From there, let's finish with another little back stretch. Let's do a sort of, yeah, let's try this one. On all fours. I had to think mentally if my brain would allow me. We're going to do thread the needle. So traditionally, thread the needle is a big, big rotation. And I'll show you, normally you probably recognize it as this and this. But this can put a lot of pressure through the spine. So we're going to do a little variation. So I want you to take your right hand and thread your hand through. And I just want you to try and keep your shoulders square to the front, but just reach your right hand as far as you can. And you should feel a nice little stretch through the side of the ribs. And then gently just bring the arm back. So we want to keep it moving, right? You just walk your fingertips underneath the arm as far as you feel you can, trying to keep that body square and then gently slide it back. So we're not holding it, we're just doing little rotation to stretch the back. And then coming forward. You're going to give me one more on this side, then we're going to switch. Creeping those fingertips underneath. And then back. Nice, guys. Other side, left hand is going to creep. And what we want to feel is just that gentle stretch down through that lat. Good. And back. Good. Creeping those hands underneath, feeling that lovely stretch through that lat, through the back. And release. Nice, guys. Last one here. Keeping those fingertips moving. Hopefully just creating that little bit of rotation in the rib cage and then coming back. When we're ready, we're going to come up onto our knees. We're going to step up to standing, which we already know how to do with a bit of finesse. And we're going to finish with our balance. So we're going to bring our heels together and our toes apart into our little Pilates V. You can imagine you've got a 50-pound note between your butt cheeks and you don't want to let it go. You're then going to float your heels off the mat and hold your balance. From there, the heels are going to press down into the floor, but you're going to keep growing through your spine. And we go again. We rise up and hold. Heels press down, but we keep lifting through that spine. Last one here. Rise up and hold. This time we stay where we are. We lift our hands into the air. If you feel confident with your balance, can you close your eyes and keep yourself there for just a second? Can you open those eyes and keep your balance? Press down your hands, your shoulders, and your heels. Take a massive breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. You guys are all done. Oh,